Ashley's President's Day sale is going on now. For a limited time, feel the freedom to shop incredible hot buys. Your style, your choice, all at an unbeatable price. Plus, pay over time with up to 60 months special financing. From bedroom looks to living room styles and every room in between. Our hot buys make saving big and styling your space easier than ever. Only at Ashley in North Charleston and Mount Pleasant. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. Minimum purchase required. See store for details.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Right here on SHR Media. Conservative media done right. Hopefully everybody can hear. Okay, it's not too loud, not too soft. Hopefully it is in the Goldilocks zone. Still trying to get all these set up where they're not too loud, not too soft. I think that one sounded pretty good right there. We'll try that. If anybody has it, thinks it's too high, let me know. How's everybody doing? For those that don't know, I just broadcasted. Let's see, the X-Base, an interview of Donald J. Trump. I talked more about cryptocurrency. That would seem to be the main talk of the whole interview. Well, it was interesting. If you want, just check out all of our media. We are transmitting, broadcasting, podcasting, however you want to call it, right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble, and Twitter, all through the SHR Media Network. You can also go to shrmedia.com. We're revamping top to bottom. Oh, I'm seeing some stuff that's just annoying to piss out of me right now. Let me finish going through, checking a few things. Everybody knows that another attempt was made on Donald J. Trump. And it really boggles me how the left is trying to justify it. Because the simple fact that he wasn't actually shot at. This guy was hiding for over 12 hours, waiting to ambush. All right, what else are you going to do as you sit there with a rifle in hiding, waiting for the President of the United States to come through. You're not going to play patty cakes with the man. Oh. All right. It just... the left is so dead set on covering all this up to the point, literally to the point, they are willing to cover up an assassination attempt. They don't care. They literally do not care. They are out there promoting that there was no assassination attempt. You have the Kraskin brothers, MSNBC, all their damn announcers are out there. Ed Krastenstein, or whatever the asshole's name is. No physical assassination attempt was ever made by Ryan Routh on Trump's life. In fact, he never even took a shot at Trump or anyone else, nor did he have a line of sight. Yeah, he did have a line of sight. At the time, he didn't, because Trump was still 2 holes behind when Secret Service intercepted him. And this asshole, who has a very questionable past, if you go digging through the internet, you'll find some very, very questionable accusations that have a little proof behind them. And my dogs are crying behind me like a motherfucker. My wife ran out to get coffee, so they don't like being left alone. But this asshole, they will not be happy. They will not be happy until something happens to Donald J. Trump. They hate this man that much. They are responsible for these attempts. It is the left that's committing the goddamn violence, but they keep trying to gaslight everybody and trying to tell us it's the right that's violent. But I keep seeing everything, and I mean everything, coming from the left. I'm trying to find something on my phone. Thank you, Sean. I was going to send you a response back, but I can't find it. Up on SHR Media right now, if you go there. I think you hit the live stream, and you will find the live stream right now. Pretty soon, right below it, you'll see where it says offline. We have some software issues that we're working around. All the shows that will be on SHR Media will be streamed right here on shrmedia.com with a chat room. And that'll link right up to this webpage. So we're moving along. We are doing a lot of changes. For those that don't know, we do have the great Sackhead Sean back with Edge of Liberty. It's still, right now, I don't think he has a time committed just yet. But he did his first show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to work out some of the bugs. So I am extremely happy to have him back. But the left just, it blows my mind. This man, this would-be assassin, hated Trump, donated for the Democrats, but he was a felon and still got his hands on a firearm. It doesn't matter whether it was a handgun, shotgun, rifle, assault rifle, your mama's rifle, your daddy's rifle. He got his hands on a rifle. Right now, the charges are a felony possession of a weapon, and I forget how it was written up, but the serial numbers were removed, which is a felony, big-time federal offense. You cannot. In fact, one time I was working on one of my handguns, and one of the guns I bought was a little bit, not corroded on the outside, but patina, it didn't look right. So I was taking a Scotch pad and just cleaning it up, and I got, you better watch that. You mess with those numbers. I was like, shit, you're right. I wasn't out to remove the numbers. I was just trying to get the patina off the gun. But yeah, the feds are very, very, very picky on that. Now watch, I have the feds at my house. And what's even sad, let me see if I can find this meme that says it all. Because it's just oh, my dogs are going nuts. All right. And the report out of the feds are that's right. They've known about this guy. I think it's since 2019. He was known to law enforcement. Again, and I do understand before I have another goddamn leftist come and trying to lecture me, because now all of a sudden they care about the Constitution. Until he breaks the law, there's nothing they can do. But there is things they can do. They can take him to court to deem him mentally incapable of owning a gun. That's your red flag laws. I have no problem if he's taken to court and shown that he is not a person that should have weapons. Yeah. And its thing is, he was known to the FBI as a felon who had firearms, which is against the law, people. And the feds didn't do anything. Then they wonder why the left has this reputation for having a two-tier system. Because I know, if it was the right, that guy would have been arrested. Listen, I'm going to play a little video I found on Twitter somebody made, and I love it. And why I'm playing it, because it pisses off the liberals. And it pisses them off to no end. Let me turn it down a little bit.
It's the same old theme since 1916. Eeyore-head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. Eeyore-head, they are dying.
And yes, liberals are flipping out over that. It is a cute, funny little video meme, however you want to put it. It's funny as hell. It's cute as hell. Oh, come on, kittens in full army gear. It just keeps getting worse. We have FBI agents now showing up to people's houses, and they're not only are they admitting that there is nothing illegal, they're refusing to identify themselves. And yes, there is receipts, as people like to say nowadays. I'm trying to come across that video right now. I thought I had it saved. I do all my research on a different computer, and then when I come to this one, I don't have it with me. I have a portable drive. I just keep forgetting to bring it with me. And here's I'm going to show you a different, because I was talking about the Ed Kraskins, or however you pronounce the cocksucker's name, and they decided to put a video up. Okay, and I'm going to pull partially of everything. All right, And he talks update. No physical assassination attempt was ever made by Ryan Ross on Trump's life. In fact, he never took a shot at Trump or anyone else, nor did he have a line of sight to Trump. Now, this FBI agent is the one that raided Trump's house. This FBI agent does not like Trump. Well, let's take a listen.
A Secret Service advance agent supporting the front edge of the agency's layered approach to protection encountered an individual attempting to secrete himself in the woodline. This happened, the alleged gunman was on the public side of the fence near the 6th green. A layered approach of security is integral to the Secret Service's protection.
Now, I'm stopping it for one reason. Look at the chevron. Officials, this was an attempted assassination. And this is what Eddie, decided to put on his X page as he tries to deny the fact that it was an assassination attempt right out. He puts this video up that says this was an attempted assassination. How stupid can you be? Really, I'm asking, how stupid can you be to make that comment and post proof against your comment? Come on, people. We could do better than that. I know I'm looking for a bunch of different videos. I want to talk about briefly. The Republicans were accused of calling in bomb threats to schools and county buildings in Ohio. And it was blamed on Trump. Let's review the tape. This is Ohio governor who has given an interview. And listen carefully.
East 33 separate bomb threats, each one of which has been responded to, and each one of whom has been found as a hoax. So 33 threats, 33 hoax.
33 hoaxes. Okay.
I want to make that very, very clear. None of these had any validity at all. We know that people are very, very concerned, and we have taken some actions, and in a moment I'll let Andy Wilson go into more detail. But we've moved resources into Springfield. So I want to say to the parents in Springfield, these hoaxes, these threats have all been hoaxes. None of them have panned out. We have people, unfortunately, overseas who are...
What did he say there? Because that's pretty important, folks.
We have people, unfortunately, overseas. Unfortunately, overseas.
The threats are coming from outside the United States.
Who are taking these actions. Some of them are coming from one particular country. We think that this is, one more opportunity to mess with the United States, and they're continuing to do that. So we cannot let the bad guys win.
Now, so what he's saying, hold on a second. I'm dropping shit. Ouch. What he is saying right there. Democrats have been pushing foreign propaganda and blaming Republicans for it. This is foreign propaganda. The ones that mostly spew foreign propaganda are the Democrats, but they're the Republicans, Russia. What the heck? What is going on? What? So. Oh, that's why. Now that ruined it all because I was gonna. Had things set up wrong. Oh, I get a. All right, everybody, we're going to take a 1 minute break. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Welcome to Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp wit and clear discussion. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality as we fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch Reaver of Common Sense in action. He's here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite, he may not always be refined, but one thing's for sure, he always tells it like it is.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Welcome to Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp wit and clear discussion. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality as we fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch Reaver of Common Sense in action. He's here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite, he may not always be refined, but one thing's for sure, he always tells it like it is.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Welcome to Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp wit and clear discussion. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality as we fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch Reaver of Common Sense in action. He's here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite, he may not always be refined, but one thing's for sure, he always tells it like it is.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Jonah, here to make sense out of the senseless right here on SHR Media, Conservative Media Done Right. We are broadcasting through YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Rumble on shrmedia.com. I'm also on Twitter/X with Reaver of Common Sense. And you can also catch us on shrmedia.com. Sorry, I took a little extra minute there. My dogs were just crying too much because everybody left. And they don't like to be left alone, so I had to let them in the room. I do apologize, but I cannot take, especially my cane, crying. I don't like them. So, where are we? It is... Now, Donald Trump News Twitter is reporting House Republicans reportedly plan to shut down the federal government if President Biden vetoes a bill to prevent illegal immigrants from voting in federal election. Now, I'm not too sure on that. I really am not too sure on that. I have read several reports that Michael Johnson, Speaker of the House, has already cut deals with Schumer and is not going to allow that bill to be added to the CR. We have Republican officials that have no balls. They would sooner surrender than do what's right for the country. Man, a lot of live tonight on X. Trump stopped speaking. I know his sons and others were going to be stepping up to speak. I just carried the part of the president. Everything going on in this country, it's just getting ridiculous. All right, this video is 2 minutes long, but I think it's very important to play. FBI agents showed up at this guy's house and tried bullying him into complying. And this is, I'm hearing too many reports of this.
Hey, how can I help you?
Hey there, are you Jeremy?
Yeah.
How are you?
Who are you?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Can you give your full name, please?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Is that sufficient to identify as only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI?
In New Hampshire, yes.
Could you please state your full name, sir?
Could you please stop recording?
No. It's First Amendment right.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Could you stop recording, please?
Absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back inside my house.
Okay. I don't really want to broadcast my...
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not going to...
So you can show me your name or ID, you can walk away.
Why are they so scared to show their ID? Why?
We just want to talk to you.
I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
Okay, well, you see our badges.
I need to see...
I can go get a plastic badge made up in 5 minutes. Having a badge isn't nothing. Even the ID can be faked, but still, it's a little bit more. And the fact that they're refusing to do it just because they're being videoed in public, and they're supposed to be FBI, they're pussies. You don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed violating your constitutional rights.
Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full name or I'm not going to talk to you.
I prefer you not to broadcast it.
This will be going online as soon as you walk away.
Well, all I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made, and if you happen to be the one that made the post.
I want to talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what, low 100K? You guys making six figures? Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like you're familiar with. So then why would you come?
Oh, yeah, we're not saying it is. Then why the fuck are you there?
We wanted to make sure that there weren't any other
No, you're
threats.
coming because you're part of a regime that does this.
If it's a threat, it is illegal to make threats. He already agreed. There's nothing illegal.
This kind of thing when you know laws aren't being broken. And that's an embarrassment, man. Didn't you guys read the Constitution? Do you not believe in America? Like, how do you do your jobs and go home?
We appreciate it.
You're walking away. Because nothing we did is against the law, and you guys are fuckheads that try to act like bullies. And I hope you go home and are embarrassed. You can't even say your name on camera because you know that what you're doing is embarrassing. You know Americans that believe in the Constitution think you're laughable. And you go home and you think about what you did today. Go home and think about it, you cowards. Drive away.
Now, what I found
Drive away.
weird, they're getting into this black vehicle. When it starts, They're over by that silver vehicle.
You're not welcome. You should be embarrassed. Embarrassing. You guys are embarrassing.
If what they are doing is on the up and up, if what they're there for is because there is something possibly illegal, they should have no reason why. No reason why to not show their ID. Period. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know they're just going there to try to harass a citizen. Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Welcome to Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp wit and clear discussion. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality as we fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch Reaver of Common Sense in action. He's here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite, he may not always be refined, but one thing's for sure, he always tells it like it is.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Everybody got home. My PA brought me my coffee. Didn't get Dunkin' Donuts, got Wawa. But I got my coffee. When it comes to Dunkin' Donuts, they can really kiss my ass anymore. But why wouldn't that FBI agent show his ID? Because he knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew on every level that he was there to harass and try to silence an American citizen. Because they can't stand that they're being exposed for the corrupt, anti-constitutional, anti-American rhetoric. And Americans are getting tired of it, and we're speaking out. And they hate that they don't have the ability to silence us anymore. Our voice is out there. I'm still waiting for the day to come knocking on my door. I've dealt with FBI before and tell them like the last one that I told them, fuck off. I don't trust them. I don't believe. I have zero trust with them from previous interactions. So, let's see. This has nothing to do with politics or anything, but Bruce Campbell just tweeted out, as a grandfather now, I'm inclined to do more family-friendly Evil Dead next. Oh, my God. Leave it to Bruce Campbell. And I'm a big fan of Evil Dead. So, supposedly, and Howard Stern has finally... I have no respect for the man anymore. When he did his shtick, at least he was real to who he was. He spoke what he wanted to. Now that he's has this money and he wants to be everybody's friend in Hollywood, and I need to buddy with them. You know, now he's Howard Stern says he hates anyone who votes for Trump and demands they stop listening to his show. How retarded do you have to be as an entertainer and alienate God knows how much of his listening base? Has he flipped his rocker really that much? Has he? You know, I stopped listening to him a long time ago. I had chances for Sirius radio, and I will not take it. And I mean kind of like for my truck. And I will not take it because that cocksucker is on there. And when he starts costing Sirius Radio a butt ton of money, do you think they're going to be willing to pay him so much? Or is he going to go the way of the dodo bird? He's lost it. I think he's mentally unstable. He's a germaphobe beyond just kind of like washing hands. Like he doesn't want to leave his fucking house, germaphobe. He's always treated people disrespectfully. You know, just because he's got money, he thinks he's better. You ain't shit. I wouldn't piss on you if you're on fire. I'm so done on... I will still try to treat myself with respect. But I'm so done of trying to play nice with these dumb fucks. I really am. I will still try to keep a professional, somewhat professional attitude, but I'm done. They are lunatics, like as in belong in an asylum lunatics. When you're blaming the victim, when you are blaming the victim, you have lost all touch with reality. You have lost the narrative. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here as a country. I wonder sometimes if we're able to actually... Yeah, leftists hate. That's all they got. That's all they got, and that's coming out of the chat. Yeah, everybody join the chat. Jump in the conversation. I can see most every chat except for Rumbles. And actually, I have Rumbles up. I just have failed to check it. I'm not used to it. I am not an absolute moron. I'm a half a moron. I don't do things full bore. I only do it half-ass. Someone joking around in one of the chats. All right. I don't know where we can go as a country. I don't know if we can heal from this split. I'm not saying we can't, but I don't know. And I'm being 100% honest. I'm not threatening. I'm not saying we should. Oh, okay. I thought, you're normally insulting me, Sackhead. Sackhead Sean's the one that said about that absolute moron. And he was saying he was speaking about some leftist you were talking about. It wouldn't surprise me, you know. But I don't know where we go. I really don't. I truly fear what's going to happen in this country. We can't split. That would leave this country too vulnerable. Because, to put it bluntly, let's, for the sake of argument, say we split the country into a Democrat and a Republican divided United States. The Democrats would not be able to protect themselves. You would have Russia, China taking over, which means that would put China or Russia in our backyard. But this split is so bad. It's scary. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Howard Stern is a persona whore. He does whatever he thinks will get his fans to keep paying him. He was friends with Trump a long time ago. And that's the thing. Even when Trump was talking about running for president, The View had him on and told him how much they loved him and all that. There's been several of those. They didn't hate him until he actually ran, and they went, shit, he could possibly win. It's getting scary out there. And yes, it's time to protect your own and be prepared. I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and start World War III. I'm not going to go out there and start a civil war. I want to make sure I'm going to be able to protect my family. It's not a threat. I'm not out there banging my chest. I'm not a militia. But I'm going to be worried about what's going to happen to my wife and child and my mother and my brother, my family that's around here. But it's Florida. So I don't know how much really have to worry. But it's out there. The fear is there. And the left is becoming more and more violent and more boldened with their violence and justifying their violence. That's the part that really scares shit out of me, that they are willing. Because the one thing I thought about, one thing that I was glad about, most of these leftists, they're not that smart when it comes to weapons. And they buy the rhetoric of the assault rifle, the assault rifle, the assault rifle. That's not the rifle you're going to want to use. Or at least you're not going to use a 5.56 or a 7.62 for a decent long-range shot like that. Those rounds aren't meant for, they can reach, and with practice, being an expert, yes, you could take shots at 300 plus yards. But really, you want a strong bullet, a 30-06, a 30-30, a 300 blackout. And you want a stronger caliber bullet. And they just, thank God, and I know I shouldn't be saying this, but thank God they don't know weapons that good. But it's getting to the point, even I'm getting tired of some of my friends. I've been very lenient. But I got one when I post stuff. Anymore, he's just getting a little too bolden. I don't bother people on their Facebook, my friends. They have a right to voice their opinion, have a right to voice their stuff. I'm not going to interfere too much. I hardly ever say anything. Like 99% of the times, I don't say nothing because it's their right to voice their opinion. And I'm not out there to start arguments. But they just feel emboldened that they have to come on mine and always, start shit and make comments. Thanks, Sean. I agree. I'm going to mess up your last name, and I apologize. Sean Sackhead Sean, then there's Sean. They're in different chat rooms. And Sean, the non-Sackhead, it will get more violent if Trump wins somehow. We will be tested. Yes, I agree 100%. I agree 100% that if he wins, not if, when he wins, because I really do feel that he has a good passage. I'm sorry. I know I was going to butcher your last name, and I apologize. I suck at names. But when Trump is elected, I think there's going to be some violence, not from Republicans. Leftists just are so emboldened by it and feel that they're just to do it. Most evil that's ever been, they think they're just in doing it. Hitler thought he was just in doing it. And I'm not going to go into the, well, they're Hitler. No, you're Hitler. I'm just saying Hitler thought he was justified. Stalin thought he was justified. Pretty sure Mao thought he was justified. These leaders think when they do that stuff, the serial killers, they think they're just in going out there and killing. And the left anymore with their violence, they feel that they're justified in it and they have the right to do it. I don't condone any violence, left, right, center, back, up, down. I don't justify it. That's not what I'm about. But I'm getting tired of. There's some information that came out today. And for ease, I'm going to go to Facebook. And just for a little comical relief, you got to see the subwoofers on this. Comes with his own subwoofers. Badass. But hey, I finally got to use it properly. Oh God, I'm turning into fucking Burt Reynolds. All right, I know Sackhead Sean went over this, but I want to go over this. It is an expert, an FBI expert, talking about the would-be assassin, and it says it all. But of course, they will never. No, stop it. I had you paused. All right, let's go to it right now.
What does the fact that he wanted to survive say to you?
It says that he's not he's not suicidal, apparently. He wasn't going to take his own life if he was almost being captured. Clearly, we saw that he was captured without that. And it tells me that he's probably much more politically motivated. The last shooter in Pennsylvania, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to promote him in any way, but he was clearly a guy that was looking for the notoriety of taking that shot. I would think we're going to find that this guy's extremely politically motivated and that he probably was spurred on by much of the political diatribes that are going on these days, talking about Trump, equating him to Hitler and things like that. So I don't think this is the last we'll see of crazies out there trying to do this.
Let me play that last little bit again. See if I queued it up the right spot.
Tribes that are going on these days, talking about Trump, equating him to Hitler and things like that. So I don't think this is the last we'll see of crazies out there, politically motivated, and that he probably was spurred on by much of the political diatribes that are going on these days, talking about Trump, equating him to Hitler and things like that.
Hello, Sean. And that's exactly what's going on. The left is going absolutely batshit crazy, and they keep going on about Trump's Hitler, Trump's threat to democracy, and all that. And they're still going at it today. They don't care. They're so set on what they want to do to this country, the destruction they want to cause. They don't care if people die along the way. And I'm talking about the Democrat politicians, and now a lot of the Democrat supporters. So Trump put out a comprehensive list of statements made by Democrats that have incited violence against President Trump. I even had a friend sending me a little emoji of a face slap, like a face palm, because I guess he doesn't see how this is real. Hey, let me check. All right. There's 4 of these. There we go. It goes on. Democrat rhetoric inspired another attempt on President Trump's life. Yesterday, President Donald J. Trump was the target of a second assassination attempt in many months. Thankfully, I'm missing some. parts of this. Thankfully, the would-be assassin was stopped by the heroic action of law enforcement, but make no mistake, this psycho was egged on by rhetoric and lies that have flowed from Kamala Harris, Democrats, and their fake news allies for years. Democrats used increasingly incendiary rhetoric against Donald Trump in the days, weeks, and months leading up to 2 assassination attempts. Kamala Harris repeatedly, Trump is a threat to our democracy and fundamental freedom. Kamala Harris, it is honest to recognize the threat Trump poses. I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but there's 4 pages of them, of Democrats going on like this. If you want to get a copy of them, you can go to my Twitter. Just search for Reaver of Common Sense, or at Jersey Joe Talks. Also on Facebook, you can go to SHR Media, and I believe they're posted there. Just double checking to make sure so I don't send you to the wrong. I swore I put them there. Well, I'll have to. But if you go to at Jersey Joe Talks, I have them listed on my page. The rhetoric is getting bad, and it's causing actually violence. And I know I keep harping on it, but I never thought in my life that I would see fellow Americans excusing political violence. Sean, I did a little story. Last year, I was taking care of my father who was dying of cancer, and he's the one that got me to support Trump. And as I was over there 24 hours, 7 days a week, literally, I lived there for like 3-4 months to take care of him, away from my family. But me and my father would have talks, and he just, Joe, I'm afraid they're going to kill him. They're going to try to kill him. They're that afraid of him. And I was like, too much protection. I don't see it happening, Dad. And what you know it? It's happened twice. It's not the fact. Well, it is the fact someone trying to take him out, but the fact that how many people are justifying the attempt, and then they're yelling, screaming at Elon Musk when he made an observation, just like my wife, I think it was, that made the observation. You don't see these attempts on Kamala. You don't see that. And it's not a threat. I don't want anybody to do it, but it is an observation. And, oh my God, Elon Musk is making a threat. No, he's making an observation. We know what he's saying, what he means. Always like, I know what he means. No, you don't. It's an observation that anybody with 2 brain cells or more understands. Don't have this going on against the left. Now watch. They're going to stage something against Harris or Walz to try to, because they copy so much of what's going on with the Republican Party. And, oh, looky that. Trump's getting sympathy. Let's stage this against us. It would not surprise me if that happened. They are on SHR Media Facebook, Sean. Thank you very much. Second, Sean, thank you very much. And then the other, Sean, the one thing that I pride myself on is, like right now, my mom's living with me. She's living with me for I don't know how long. After my father passed away, she went to move in with my brother. Taking care of my dad took a lot out of me and my mother. We love each other dearly. I could not deal with the grief. I had to process my own. So my brother, she moved in with my brother, and they're up in South Carolina. He got a job offer back down here at Tampa, so he had to move down here. He's living with his wife's kids just till they find a house. And, once they get the house, my mom will move back in with them. But she's like, where am I going to stay? I'm like, here. That's the way my family is. And that's the way family should be, is helping each other out when you need it. When shit hits the fan, family. And I know I got that. Besides my family, I got that SHR family. That's why I do anything and everything I can for the network within reason. I have no idea how we got right turned on to that, but it's and they're just doing everything they can. Ed Cranston's out there. Trump mocked Paul Pelosi. It just... And now and that was the other thing I wanted to go over, and I'm not going to have the time. I may not. See if I can get through it. Because this was the big one that my friend posted on and didn't like that I posted. That affidavit from an ABC whistleblower. And this one has me, this could be, especially if it's true, and it's supposed to be an affidavit signed, sealed, delivered. As soon as I find it, where did it go? I never have things queued up ready to go. I know, I'm an idiot. And I got everything on the other computer. Let me go to Facebook, see if I can squeeze, even if I go over a couple of minutes. I don't think anybody's going to be upset. Huh. Have you noticed when you're looking for something, you can never find it? Here it is. Just try to power through this. I'm not going to read every little bit. I'm going to hit the key points if nobody minds. Take care, Sean. Thank you for being here. Not you, Sackhead. All right. This is an affidavit from an ABC worker on... We'll go straight to number 2. He worked for NBC News for over 10 years in various technical and administrative positions. Since the acquisition of ABC News in 1996, I have observed significant transformations in nature of news reportings at the organization. These changes suggest a shift from unbiased reporting to a model influenced by external factors. For the record, I do not endorse Donald Trump in his capacity as candidate for president of the United States. The intent of this affidavit is to address concerns regarding perceived bias within news reporting within my employer's debate that will be hosted on September 10th. He is not a Trump supporter, but I commend him that he still cares about fair and balanced. Let's see. Since the debate of President Trump and Vice President Harris has been announced to broadcast, yada, yada, yada. All right, this is just some straightforward stuff. You can go to my Twitter or SHR Media on Facebook, and it should be there. Ooh, this one gets small. Where is the good one? I downloaded the bad copy. All right. Basically, he accuses, and I'll get the better copies up for everybody, that there was agreements made between ABC and Harris's campaign that, number one, her comments would not be fact-checked, and only Donald Trump's would be. That she would not be questioned on Biden, how long she knew about Biden's health issues. her time as state attorney general for California, and that her brother-in-law is under investigation for embezzlement of billions of dollars from the federal government through grants, and that if she is elected, that he is to be placed in her cabinet. Now, all this material, this affidavit was signed on September 9th, before the debate even happened, before anybody really majorly questioned and saw what was going on. Copies of this were sent out on September 9th, certified mail. So this needs to really be looked at, because this is huge and shows exactly what Kamala Harris is all about. And with that, everybody, I will be back Friday, right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on SHR Media, social media platforms. Have a good week.